Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Let's Play Death Stranding. Just by sitting on the ground, Norman Reedus passed out. To be fair, this man has been unconscious for like 2 days and then woke up to find his mother dead. And also, she was the president of the United Cities of America. And now she's right next to him, and he decided to sit down on his own before incinerating her. I didn't actually tell him to do this, by the way. The cool thing is when you're relaxing, you can regenerate the remaining part of your stamina bar. However, the only way to recover the permanent loss is to actually go sleep in a safe zone. Or we can even go to a spring in the open world, but obviously in this case, we don't have that luxury. Alright, let's stand back up. I wonder if we can just drop her corpse on the ground for a little bit. Because I think there might actually be an item here. I'm going to offload the corpse. So now we're totally perfectly fine for moving around. Okay, hold on here. So I believe, isn't there... Oh, maybe we don't get to see it this early on? There's these little, like, USB flash drives you can find that actually help build the world lore quite a bit. And I can't remember if it was in this incinerator or the other incinerator. Oh, God. So as you can see there, I ran myself right into the wall. But we're perfectly fine because we didn't have a corpse on us. Or any gear, or any cargo. Also, I should point out, there's pretty much nothing here for us to gather, like no lost cargo or anything. But I just want to show a little bit of the inside of the incinerator here, just so you guys have some understanding of what it looks like. Because essentially, you throw the body inside, and then it kind of gets shipped out into this, like, furnace thing as a giant pillar.
Sam, you can't just leave a corpse in the field. You need to take it to the nearest incinerator for proper disposal.
Yeah, but I'm looking for flash drives, guy. I think I might actually need to upgrade my flash drive before I can actually do anything there. Oh, that's right. You hear that little... that noise there? Beep-doop. That means my boots are essentially borked. There doesn't appear to be any symbol for how broken my boots are, and that might be part of the difficulty. You have the choice to turn off your HUD, obviously, but everything's just left to default. Yeah, our boots are practically foobar at this point, it would seem. Let's try and jump down. Ooh, oh, look at the tactical roll. He's a pretty nimble boy, Norman Reedus. I mean, Sam Bridges. Of course, CDT on the side for Corpse Disposal Team. But really, we all know it stands for Canadian Tire. Alright, anyway, I can't spot this flash drive anywhere. I thought it was on the roof, you know? The more I'm looking at it, it doesn't seem like maybe it spawns until later. I was just kind of hoping, you know? Alright, alright. 4 minutes of looking for it, but it was worth. Let's just go get her body. Okay. No damage to the body, at least. Top secret. Can be cremated. Here you go. Notice how his foot was bleeding? That means his boots are now completely broken. And yes, those monsters can track you because you're bleeding from the feet.
Sam, burn the other cargo while you're there.
What's this?
BB-28. It's the unit Igor was assigned. It was hooked up to you when we found you in the crater.
But why is it here?
Because it's flagged for disposal. Central Knot's gone, and our headquarters along with it. Because that thing didn't do its job. It's all in Igor's logs.
But it's still alive.
It can't be repaired, and it can't survive outside the pod. Pity it if you want, but the decision has been made. It has to go. The director approved the order.
Status is fucked. There's tons of them.
Must be from the bodies we couldn't get up to the incinerator in time. Comes with the territory, I'm afraid.
Can you sit out the rain?
No. They're closing in on my position. I have to move before they realize I'm in here.
Sam, if one of those things eats you, it'll trigger a void out. You'll come back, sure, but the surrounding area will still be a crater.
I got an idea. Start, you shit. Maybe you are defective. That's it. Do your thing.
So I haven't mentioned it too much, but the vibration in the game is like super on point for detecting BTs as well. Especially if one of the handprints starts chasing you. You can feel every step it takes with the controller, which is really, really nice. So I highly recommend playing with a controller. So we can hold our breath here, and you may notice they disappear and reappear, depending on if we are standing still. They have these umbilical cords that are attached to them. Essentially extend out. Now, I believe all these BTs stand still unless you make enough noise. So essentially, I believe we need to head left here. But essentially, as long as we're crouched down and moving slowly, we're relatively safe. But if you don't know what you're doing, this is probably one of the most horrifying scenes ever in a game. Now, if you notice that the, right? If you notice that it starts spinning out like that, you need to start holding your breath. Now we're okay. Now we can regain our breath, and we can even stop for a second and just reestablish information in front of us. We want to try and return the way we came, but we also have a secondary route that we originally printed out as a waypoint. Thing is, they can disappear at any point in front of us if we're not careful. And it does seem as though that there is actually quite an open path back here. Relatively. And I've never actually gone this way before, to be fair. You may notice that there's a gauge on the bottom left that has appeared. That's BB signifying that he's a little bit terrified. Now, we are fortunate enough to not have to worry too much about them moving. Like, they do move. Oh god, hold on. We can sit still for a sec, too. They are floating around a little bit, but not anywhere significantly. But the moment that we start hearing footprints, we need to start either being very careful or very quick. This actually is the way they went in the E3 demo. I've never gone this way before. This is interesting. We got 3 BTs just up ahead. We're actually completely surrounded by BTs. This might have been the wrong choice. But that's okay.
Keep it down, Sam.
Once we start spinning out of control, we're gonna pick it up. Hold on. Alright, here we go. This is when it gets really risky. If we lose all our stamina, we get dragged down. And then we have a boss fight. Oh shit, we are gonna get dragged down, aren't we? Well, this is exciting. They definitely up the damage these guys can do. Alright, come on, boys. Yeah, we're gonna get dragged down here. Ah, you pricks. Alright, this is very hard. Okay, I like this. Those guys were able to... You could just shrug them off like they were nothing. Alright, here we go. Now we're just gonna go down that same route and try our best here. Thankfully, we have no gear on us. But that right there is a monster that can eat us. And if he eats us, it causes a void out. This incinerator will get destroyed. Which means any bodies that appear later on, which they won't because we can't kill anyone anyway in this first island, will be turned into permanent BTs. I think they're also considered golden BTs. And what a golden BT is something that can insta-kill you. And that is not good. So if we went back the way that we came, it would have been easier, but I just wanted to see what the E3 route was all about. But it turns out that's the wrong way to go. However, on the bright side, for doing it that way, for escaping, it counts as beating the boss. So essentially, we don't have to worry about it for a little bit. It times out the boss for like at least 5 to 10 minutes. And even if you kill the boss, it does the same thing. But if you kill the boss, you do get a bunch of nice items that you can use. Like Pyrelium crystals or whatever. Yeah, these little handprints here. We don't have the technology to pick them up just yet. See? But later on we can pick them up, and they're used for upgrading structures. Very, very powerful stuff. You never have too much. So hilariously, we're doing everything wrong here because we're just going a completely different path than what we took before. Also, we should double check to make sure we don't just fall off the side and go ripperoni pepperoni. Alright, we should be okay. More crypto buyouts over here. Unfortunately, they don't replenish your stamina. You need to have, what is it called? Your canister? Your carine? Or they call those things? Those military canisters that you use to, you know, drink water. And then I get another copyright claim on this video, low roar. Why do you do this? Woo. Double jump of champions. So we'll be going over that mountain later. Well, in our actual adventure. Also, my boot should still be effed up, right? I can't tell because they hide the HUD on my boots in this case. They should tell me what it is though when we continue on. Think we can double jump this? Oh, nailed it. One of the best players in the world, ladies and gentlemen. World champion, pro double jumper. Oh man, I just want one. I want it so bad. Give it to me. Oh shit. The worst is when you trip before you go into the river and then you're just like, well, I'm in here now. Oh, the roll. I like it. He did it. See, this is our pathway that we made earlier, by the way. You notice how it's all cleared out? The grass has been trampled. And it goes all the way up to that incinerator. And this is permanent, I believe. I don't think it goes away. If it does, it'll take a while. Also, poor Norman is just almost dead right now because of us getting grabbed like that. As he should be. You see our little footprints in the ground too? We can even detect them, I think. So we can see our footprints are permanently tracked, not only for ourselves, but for other players. And the thing is, the more this pathway is used, the more of a dirt road it'll become. See, like, even the rocks. Remember how this was all jagged rocks and everything like that? This whole area has been cleared out. Because we used it. And I think once you cross it 4 times, it's like a god tier road. Like, even just look at the terrain here. It's all blue already. Right? It's just a little harder to see. But once it's used more by ourselves and other people, it'll become a dirt road. Especially the path we're taking right now. This will be probably our most used path going in and out. What's this place called? Capital Knot City.
Goddamn car.
Oh, right. We don't have our canister, so we're screwed. Oh yeah, we can wear our glasses. Cool thing is, all the items that you wear in the game do show up in cutscenes because Hideo Kojima games typically are all in-engine, which is very nice. Tell you what, guys, before we continue on, I'm gonna pause it for a sec.
I'm right here.
I meant to pause it. Whoops. BRB. All right, I am back. And one thing I forgot to point out was that if you hover over Sam here, you can see all the different stats. So as we level up as a porter, we will upgrade all these stats and you'll see the bar increase, and it can potentially go all the way up to the far right, which is huge. So we can have crazy movement speed and all that stuff. It also depends on what you're wearing and what cargo you have as well. Like, your balance is super important. Your movement speed is majorly affected by exoskeletons. So really, you will increase movement speed naturally by playing the game, but also you'll increase it by exoskeletons, etc. As well as stuff like balance, sync level, battery capacity, etc., etc., etc. These are all upgrades that we get later in the game, on top of our skill level increasing, which is cool. Anyway, that went pretty well.
Scanning Bridges ID. Verifying ID. Welcome to Capital Knot City. Proceed to Distribution Center.
Sam, come back to the distribution center. Check the location on your compass.
Debating if I'll turn off some of these HUD elements, just because I don't really feel like I need them anymore. The biggest thing is just being able to find cargo.
It's a miracle either of you made it back. When someone with dooms hooks up to a BB, your feelings and memories cause feedback, like with a speaker. It amplifies fears and stress, and runs the risk of taking you to a place from which you will not return. I'm sorry, but this BB has been pushed beyond its limits. Disposal is the only option.
Sam, get cleaned up and come to the president's office. We need to talk.
For a rookie, I think I did pretty good. I didn't take forever though, but you know, it's fine. As you can see, both the routes that we essentially chose were viable, I guess. Well, sort of. You can see the waypoint still on the map, but we still got S rank awesome. We rebuilt America by incinerating our mother. Excellent, we did it. Good job, everyone. And all these points will go into random stuff. Looks like most of it is miscellaneous. Burning corpses, miscellaneous. Yeah, it appears that if a living being is eaten alive by these... Well, yeah, living being being alive. If you're eaten alive by these creatures, then you are basically hit by antimatter, and matter and antimatter colliding create the crater. But they are not interested in eating you if you're dead. So, if you're dead, you just turn into a BT. And then, as a BT, you try and collect the living and throw them into that giant monster we saw earlier.
Sam, I thought I told you dooms and BBs were a dangerous combination. Huh, perhaps a shower is in order. You're still covered in chiralium. Don't want the president to see you like that.
The hell you talking about? She's dead.
You're upset. Is this about BB-28?
Go fuck yourself. I'm not your errand boy.
Well, in any event, it seems it owes you its life.
No, we owe the kid our lives. You too.
As you say, I shall look after it. Give my regards to the president.
It's almost time to go, Sam. Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
Sam?
Sam, this is Di Hartman. There's a private room set aside for your use. Bridges perk. Take a moment to clean up, wash all that chiralium off, then come to the president's office.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I accidentally forgot to properly record my voice in this bit, so I'm literally just staring at Norman Reedus for like a solid 10 minutes. So I'll wrap up the episode here. Nothing happens, trust me. A few toenails are sacrificed to the dark gods, and that's about it. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye!